I'm here with legislator Dan Birmingham from the Putnam County Legislature. Dan, how are you today?
Good, Phil. Great to be here today on such a wonderful day for Loyalty Day.
Yeah. Now, what are your feelings about Loyalty Day, Dan?
Well, let me tell you something. Loyalty Day, Putnam County is a special place to begin with. I've lived in a lot of places in America, and this is one of the best Loyalty Day celebrations I've ever seen. We have some great people here, our veterans and those who are also in the military today coming out and celebrating Loyalty Day to recognize the sacrifices that our soldiers have made for this country throughout the years.
Now, Councilman Rhodey gave a very inspiring speech, and he had some harsh words, unfortunately, for our Director of Homeland Security. Would you like to make some comments on that?
Well, they were harsh words, but they were deserved harsh words. Carl made his topic of the speech about the recently issued report from the Department of Homeland Security, which, quite frankly, I thought was despicable. It called into question the motives of some of the finest people we have in this country, our veterans. It made allegations that perhaps some of our veterans might be returning to America and not being the best Americans. And like Carl, I repudiate and reject that notion completely. And quite frankly, I'm a little disappointed in our president for not calling on the carpet his Director of Homeland Security and asking her to rescind that report, because quite frankly it was disgusting.
Now, do you have any words for Putnam County residents and other residents outside the county that may see this about what they should do about these statements?
Well, they should write their congressmen and senators. Of course, we have two senators here in New York, and their congressmen, and talk to their friends, more importantly enough, because quite frankly, the mainstream media is not going to cover this. It's only through certain media that we're going to hear about this, and so spreading the word and getting that out there is really what's going to, I think, make a change. And Carl was dead on today in what he had to say, and quite frankly, it's movements like this that we have to start getting the word out. So we have to let our representatives, elected representatives, know that they represent us and not some far-left agenda.
I'm very proud to see that people in my community are not afraid to stand up to the federal government.
Exactly. And hey, that's what Loyalty Day is all about, being loyal enough to criticize the government when they're wrong. And that's loyalty right there, especially when they're wrong.
I think those are very true words, Dan. Thank you very much.
Thanks so much.
Thanks
Take care.
a lot.
Thank you.
I'm here now with Joe DiPaolo, who's a committee member for the Greg Ball Exploratory Congressional Committee. How are you today, Joe?
Good. How are you, Phil?
Joe, the Assemblyman couldn't be here today. Did he send any regards or anything to the folks at home?
Absolutely. Assemblyman Ball is very sorry he couldn't be here today, but he sent me on his behalf just to express his deep gratitude to all our veterans. You know, as most of his constituents know, he is a veteran himself, an Air Force Academy grad, and he has nothing but the utmost respect for all his fellow veterans, and he wanted me to just come here and relay that message to everybody today.
Now, Joe, the hot topic today was a speech made by Councilman Rhodey regarding the Homeland Security memorandum that was labeling vets as potential terrorists. What are your thoughts, and what are the Assemblyman's thoughts on this?
Well, I can't speak for the Assemblyman specifically on that topic, but I think he would share my thoughts that there really is no connection between veterans and terrorism. It's an absolutely ridiculous connection to make, and you know, I don't know what else you could say other than that. I mean, it's such a ridiculous comment. I don't know that it even deserves a response.
Okay, Joe, thanks a lot.
Okay, thank you, Phil. It's good to see you.
Okay, have a good day now.
You too.
I'm here with Kent Councilman Carl Rhodey. Carl, you gave a very inspirational speech. Do you have any further comments about how veterans are now being treated or try to be perceived now?
Well, I have a trouble, like I said in my speech, with the Department of Homeland Security report. But earlier this month, we had another problem with this new administration, and the fact that there was a suggestion that disabled veterans that were wounded in a time of war pay for their VA health care benefits with their own private health care rather than the government pay for it. So what in essence they were saying, you're going to get wounded, you're going to come home and you're going to pay for your own treatment. And we said, no, that's not the way to do it. That was withdrawn. But I'm sort of in a quandary over how veterans are going to finally be received by this present administration. I'm troubled by it. I hope it changes. I don't have any confidence that it will.
Was our local congressman helpful with your concerns?
I'll be honest, I haven't called. I was actually too mad to call our local congressman. I will. I was just speaking to somebody on his staff just now, and she knows that I'll be contacting him probably Monday or Tuesday and talk with him. But no, I haven't been in contact with him.
Now, I've been asking Gus about the Homeland Security memo that came out, and you had made some comments on it. And what I would like from you, do you have any words of encouragement for our returning vets or vets that have returned to ignore this?
Well, you know what? It's very personal to me. As a Vietnam veteran, I came home and I hid being a veteran for years. Except for my family, nobody knew I was a veteran because I didn't want to be called a baby killer. I didn't want to have any of that to deal with. So I didn't let people know I'm a veteran. I don't want my fellow veterans to have to suffer the same thing. We love them. We're going to support them 1,000%. And whatever they need, we're going to make sure they get. And they're not terrorists.
Now, we were talking a little bit before. There's a new museum here at Putt Park. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, about a year ago, we opened up a Veterans Museum. We're still in the process of doing a final setup. Just recently, we merged with a Civil War group, so we have thousands of Civil War items that are going to be on display, and we're hoping to reopen on Memorial Day this year.
Now, we have behind us displayed some Army and Air Force and Marine Corps vehicles. We're having a new addition, I understand.
Yes, we are. We haven't gotten 100% approval from the county yet, but we have secured a landing craft that we're going to be bringing here that we're going to have to do a little bit of work on it, but we're very proud of our new acquisition.
And if anybody wants to volunteer on the project, how could they volunteer?
They can contact, that's a good question.
How about, can they contact you?
Sure they could.
And what's the best way to get a hold of you, Councilman?
Through the town hall, Kent Town Hall, call Kent Town Hall and they'll put you in touch with me.
Very good. I'm like I said, a good speech you gave today, and I'm glad that everyone's pulling together here for the veterans.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
All right, Mr. Charlie, everybody go see Mr. Charlie. We're going to get some medals if you were just in that race. Bring your sacks back, and now we're going to have these 6- and 7-year-olds on your mark. Get set, go! We got some good hoppers here. Oh, look at these great hoppers. Let's hear it for the 6- and 7-year-olds, ladies and gentlemen.
As I stand in front of this memorial, I not only remember the veterans that gave their lives in service to our country, but I also remember those they left behind, including their mothers. Those people who lost their lives in past wars made the ultimate sacrifice, and the only people that gave more were their mothers, who bore their sons and their daughters and left them to service to their country and to serve unselfishly and never to return. Veterans here in Putnam County and across our great nation are our most valuable asset. It is the very character of which this country is formed. This is what a veteran stands for. All the ideals of the Constitution, our freedoms, our fairness to others, and our compassion are all symbolized by the veterans and their mothers. And I just want to thank everyone that participated in this year's Loyalty Day, the 50th anniversary. And thank you for watching. This is Counter Reports, and I'm Philip Marin.